everyone, and welcome back to the Parenting Breakthrough. I'm Coach Rich, your host and parent coach, here to help you find practical tools and fresh perspectives for parenting. Today, we're talking about something that can transform your mindset and your family life. Finding joy in small wins, the art of celebrating progress. Life as a parent, especially a kid with emotional issues or any kind of label you want to think of, or no label at all, just this kid's a lot, it can feel like a marathon with no finish line in sight. And the big milestones might take time, but what if the real joy lies in the small wins along the way? Let's talk about why celebrating progress matters and how you can make it part of your family's daily rhythm. So why do small wins matter? Let's start with why they're so powerful. One, they build momentum. Progress is rarely a linear thing. So by recognizing small steps forward, you create a sense of momentum that motivates you and your kid to keep going. Two is that they shift focus. Parenting can often feel like a series of challenges, a series of setbacks, a series of failures. But celebrating small wins helps you focus on what's working rather than what is not. Three is that they boost confidence. When you acknowledge even tiny achievements, you're reinforcing the idea that progress matters for both you and your kid. And four, they strengthen connection. Celebrating together creates moments of joy and connection, deepening your relationship with your child. So let's redefine what success looks like. To celebrate small wins, we need to kind of shift our idea of what success is. For many of us, it's easy to focus on big goals like mastering a skill, achieving a milestone, or getting through a tantrum-free day. But what if we zoomed in a little bit? Success might look like your kid trying a new food, even if they didn't finish it, staying calm for 5 extra minutes during a challenging moment, making eye contact during a conversation, saying thank you without a reminder, taking their plate to the sink after dinner is over without you asking. When you redefine success, you start noticing progress everywhere. So how do we celebrate small wins? Now that we know why small wins matter, let's talk about how to celebrate them in meaningful ways. One is to acknowledge in the moment what happened. Because when you see progress, you got to name it. And just say, wow, I noticed how you stayed calm just now. That was awesome. Next is to use positive reinforcement. Pair your acknowledgement with something physical, a high five, a hug, a sticker, whatever's going to resonate for your kid and create an anchor to that moment. These small gestures help reinforce the behavior. Next is to create a win jar. And we should call this the Win Jar Podcast because I think I mention it like every other one. But just keep a jar where you write down small wins on a slip of paper. And at the end of the week or the month, you read them together as a family or just see them there as a tangible way to see how far you've come. Next is to celebrate together. For bigger wins, consider some kind of reward activity that your kid loves, baking cookies, having a movie night, going out for ice cream. The key is to make this a celebration about connection and not material rewards. Lastly, let's model gratitude. Share your own small wins with your kid. For example, I'm really proud of myself for staying calm during that morning rush. And the last thing to think about here is to make it a habit. To truly, really embrace the art of celebrating progress, it helps to make it a habit. So here are some tips. 1, daily reflections. At the end of each day, just ask your child and yourself, what went well today? I have an alert in my calendar for right around bedtime. What's going well? That's all it says. And all I need is 5 seconds to think about that. I don't even have to pull out a pen and a paper. It just happens in my head. And guess what? It really helps. This simple practice is going to shift the focus to positivity. Gratitude journals. If you want to go a step further than just a quick reflection, you can keep a journal and encourage your kid to keep a journal where they jot down one thing they're really proud of each day. So for younger kids, you can do this together verbally. It doesn't have to be on paper, or you could write it for them. Another thing you could do is a visual progress chart. So if we're tracking a specific goal, just seeing that progress visually laid out can be really motivating for kids. And this is a big one here. Celebrate effort, not just results. Focus on the process, not just the outcome. For example, I'm proud of how hard you worked on that puzzle rather than good job finishing it, right? I have a background in sales, and having a goal of how much you're going to sell is nice, but it's actually not a goal you have real control over. What we like to do instead is look at what our sales goal is and then work backwards to understand what level of activity we need to be at to get there. And we track the activity. Tracking the activity, like how many phone calls did I make? How many people did I talk to? How many appointments did I set? That's the important part. That's what we track and that's what we measure. Because we know that if we do that enough consistently, then we'll get to the goal that's a little bit out of our control. Celebrating small wins is not just about recognizing progress. It's about shifting your mindset as a parent. So when you focus on what's going well, you create a more positive, supportive environment for the whole family. And over time, these small moments of celebration do add up, and they build confidence and resilience and connection. So just remember, this is a road, and there's not really a destination in parenting, right? I guess you could see them leaving the house and not living with you anymore as kind of a destination, but your relationship continues. So instead of trying to look at some arbitrary target that you don't have 100% control over, what do you have control over? Well, you have control over how you see this moment. So finding joy in little things is not just going to help your kid thrive, you're going to give yourself the grace and the encouragement you need to keep going. So thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the Parenting Breakthrough. I want to encourage you to reach out to me via email, hello@gettheparentingbreakthrough.com. If you have an episode idea, a subject you want me to cover, if you need help with anything and you want to talk to me, I'm here for you. And if you found this conversation helpful, just share it with another parent who might need some encouragement. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review. It helps us reach more parents just like yourself. I'd love to hear about any small wins you're celebrating with your family. So connect with me, please. Share your story. Let's inspire each other. Until next time, remember, you're doing an amazing job. Every small step forward is worth celebrating. I'll see you next time.